legend has embarked on a mission to turn it into what they have labeled a coffee city of the world. Part of this includes sponsoring a national fair whose latest iteration drew almost 90,000.
Đây là cái dịp ăn mừng của những người họ sinh sống cái nghề cà phê. Nếu như các bạn có dịp đến sinh sống cái nghề cà phê, nếu như các bạn có dịp đến với một cái lễ hội cà phê như vậy tại Đắk Lắk thì các bạn sẽ thấy toàn bộ cái tỉnh và rất là rõ nét là ở tại thành phố Buôn Ma Thuột bừng tỉnh lên, họ trở nên rất là thân thiện và đương nhiên toàn bộ câu chuyện của họ là cà phê.
And one of the standout attractions of the festival is this one-of-a-kind museum. With its iconic curved halls, the design of this World Coffee Museum pays tribute to the Central Highlands upon which it was founded.
Bảo tàng thế giới cà phê này đã được xây dựng là mang tính biểu tượng cho cái ngành cà phê của Đắk Lắk và của Việt Nam. Nó lấy cái nguồn cảm hứng từ cái thiết kế của cái nhà dài, nhà rông của người đồng bào sống ở tại vùng đất này. Đồng thời nó kết hợp với những cái nét đương đại của nhà thiết kế của thế giới, cộng thêm phần lớn chất liệu nơi đó là chất liệu địa phương, đá núi lửa, đá của đất đỏ Ba Gian ở tại Đắk Lắk.
Its walls house more than 10,000 artifacts from across the world, including pieces that represent the company's three coffee civilizations' philosophy: the Ottoman, Roman, and Tian civilizations.
Bảo tàng thế giới cà phê được xây dựng trong vòng 235 ngày và đêm và được đưa vào hoạt động vào ngày 23 tháng 11 năm 2018.
Today's new exhibition celebrates 2 centuries of Vietnamese coffee, charting the founding and proliferation of coffee growing in Vietnam.
Và tự hào hơn nữa khi Việt Nam là một cường quốc cà phê nhất nhì trên thế giới, có hạt cà phê robot ngon nhất trên thế giới.
It's a story that dates back to the 19th century.
So, coffee was introduced in Vietnam by the French, quite possibly by French missionaries. There is not much land in Vietnam that's suitable for Arabica coffee growing. It's only with the adoption of Robusta and the expansion of Robusta production that this changed.
Fast forward to the 1980s, when the government introduced a series of coffee production programs to help kickstart the economy. This time, producing Robusta.
Chính phủ Việt Nam đã tập trung toàn lực cho cà phê và các cái nông trường quốc doanh là được đầu tư để phát triển. Chính phủ có khuyến khích các hộ gia đình và các tư nhân là trồng cà phê. Cái thời kỳ này là thời kỳ phát triển là về sản lượng và xuất khẩu.
It's such a success story that the World Coffee Museum commemorates it till today.
Dạ, đây là lần đầu tiên em tham gia bảo tàng. Dạ, trước khi tới bảo tàng thì kiến thức của em đối với cà phê thì chưa được mở mang cho lắm. Nhưng mà cho tới khi bây giờ em tham gia sự kiện này thì kiến thức của em được mở mang hơn.
It's not often that you'd see this in like Seattle, next to the world's first Starbucks, or found in Brazil, you know, the home of Arabica. Coffee in Vietnam is very ingrained in the culture, and it's like a testament to the people here and how hard they work for it.
Just 13 kilometers away from the museum lives Lilian. As a former government representative of Đắk Lắk province, He's deeply connected with the history of the coffee industry's growth in the region.
Mùi cà phê đó nó thơm mà làm cho mình tỉnh táo hơn.
Mr. Lewin is now retired, but back in the early 1990s, he was an integral part of efforts to invigorate coffee farming in the province.
Nhà nước tổ chức tuyên truyền giáo dục đồng bào khôi phục lại vườn cà phê. Cái nào mà nó xấu nhất là nhổ, trồng mới. Còn là vườn nào tốt là để nguyên, là từ từ là đến bây giờ là cây cà phê là phát triển tốt.
He has seen how the simple bean has transformed the lives of community members here, including his own.
Đây là nhà cũ. Tức là trước đây đấy là cũng có cái gì cả. Tức là mình là chưa có đường, chưa có điện, rồi cũng chưa có cái nhà này đâu. Tức là nó không có như bây giờ đâu.
According to Mr. Lewin, Trung Nguyên Legend was a positive force in the growing coffee industry.
Đến khi Trung Nguyên là xuất hiện là nhiều là cà phê Đắk Lắk là được cải thiện nhiều hơn vì đồng bào là bán trực tiếp cho Trung Nguyên. Tức là nói chung là giờ có cái cà phê đời sống của đồng bào là đi lên và phát triển tốt, là mà có tiền đi học, có tiền là làm ruộng làm cày. Bây giờ là nhân dân là mừng.
如何守护好奶诞生伊始的鲜活？君乐坊通过严格筛选世界排名前列的准公牛冻精，与万里挑一的优质卵子结合，一代一代优中选优的奶牛们，在舒适环境中健康成长。科学育种与饲养，保障每一滴奶自源头处的鲜活力量。 如何无形保留牛奶中的鲜活营养？君乐宝不断探索生乳所鲜的每一个环节，突破时间与空间的法则，造就 IF 0.09秒超瞬时杀菌技术，还原牛奶本初的鲜与甜，用科学守护更多活性营养，释放每一滴牛奶中的鲜活力量。牛奶 是大自然赐予人类几乎完美的食物。如何破解并传递其中更多鲜活营养？凭借对未来健康升级的敏锐洞察，君乐宝不断探索中国乳业的进化密码，用科学营养突破鲜活力量的边界，为中国乳业的未来解锁更多可能。
There's a lot of people that are dependent on us, Freddie.
We pushed ourselves a bit too hard this time. You know, at the end of the day, the steel doesn't lie.
Gold Rush Mind Rescue with Freddie and Juan, Mondays on Discovery Channel.
Chúng tôi hướng dẫn người nông dân thực hành canh tác bền vững, giúp cho là sinh kế người dân sẽ tốt hơn và môi trường sẽ tốt hơn. Hôm nay là bác đã điều chỉnh lại cái công thức chưa hướng dẫn của bên cháu chưa ạ?
Dạ, điều chỉnh rồi. Đúng rồi, mình dùng phân vi sinh với rỉ mật ong á.
Duin Tuck is an agriculture and food engineer for Trung Nguyên Legend Coffee Company, helping local farmers like Mabui develop more sustainable farming methods.
Có chất lượng đủ để tiêu chuẩn để có thể bón được chưa?
Cháu thấy đợt phân này chất lượng nó có vẻ là tốt hơn so với lần
có
trước.
thể là chuẩn bị cho bón luôn.
Mabui ơi, lại không ăn tán cây nha Mabui ơi. Bất cứ khi nào người nông dân cần hỗ trợ, tôi sẵn sàng có mặt để hỗ trợ người nông dân.
Greener farming practices help growers to garner higher yields and profits. In Trung Nguyên Legend, to improve their supply chain.
Nếu như mà ngày mai, ngày mốt, bữa kia mà không có mưa á, thì mình sẽ tưới thêm.
Over 1,400 farms in the local area have benefited from this support, helping deliver premium Robusta beans just a 40-minute journey away to a regional roasting facility.
Đây là cà phê Robusta ngon nhất đến từ thủ phủ cà phê Buôn Ma Thuột và vùng lân cận. Cà phê được thu mua theo mùa vụ, luôn tươi mới và hái chọn trái chín, luôn có màu xanh.
Technical manager Le Trento oversees this coffee roasting factory. And on this scale, it's no small feat. Within this warehouse alone, around 3,000 tons of green coffee beans are stored. That's more than 50,000 bags of coffee.
Hàng tuần kho đến sáng nay là bao nhiêu vậy?
Nếu mà hàng Robusta ngày nay vào kho là nhập là 406 mẫu.
After sorting and cleaning, the beans are moved through a closed system that stretches along the length of the factory until they finally arrive here at the roaster.
If you tried eating that green coffee bean or smelling it or looking at it, you get nothing from it. It's only when roasted that coffee starts to have these dramatic flavor profiles that we understand.
Chúng ta cần phải kiểm tra lại cái điều đồ vát để cho phù hợp.
Em đã tăng nhiệt độ.
Within the sealed roaster, temperatures can rise to searing levels between 209 to 229 degrees Celsius. After roasting comes the all-important checks on the quality of the beans.
Thật là tuyệt vời, rất là thơm, màu sắc đồng đều, đẹp. Yếu tố cuối cùng là sẽ sử dụng những thiết bị để đo độ màu. Tôi rất là hài lòng với kết quả này. Độ màu vừa kiểm tra thì đã đạt theo tiêu chuẩn đối với cái sản phẩm Episode.
A Vietnamese coffee producer, Trung Nguyen Legend, has set out to transform the way Vietnamese coffee is seen on the global stage. But it also hopes to spread the message that coffee can be a tool to shape society.
Cà phê không chỉ là một cái hạt chứa ở trong đó rất nhiều những cái năng lượng, mà năng lượng của cà phê còn là năng lượng tỉnh thức, năng lượng của sáng tạo.
Chúng ta đang sống trong kỷ nguyên toàn cầu hóa, nơi có những vấn đề mà không có một quốc gia, không có một tổ chức riêng lẻ nào có thể giải quyết được. Chính vì vậy mà Chủ tịch tôn kính của chúng tôi nhìn nhận rằng chúng ta phải biết nghiên cứu và tích hợp toàn bộ những tinh hoa của văn minh nhân loại để giải quyết được những vấn đề toàn cầu và có thể tạo ra cái sự phát triển hài hòa giữa các nền văn minh.
Beyond its stores, the company has found ways of instilling its unique philosophy within the coffee products themselves. This factory outside of Ho Chi Minh City is where roasted beans are transformed into Trung Nguyen Legend's iconic instant product, G7 coffee.
The key thing about instant coffee is it makes coffee accessible, and that really drove instant coffee into new markets where coffee hadn't been appreciated before.
In this 57,000 square meter facility, up to 1,500 tons of G7 instant coffee is produced monthly to be exported to markets across the world.
cái độ ẩm của mình em qua em đo rồi.
From this centralized control room, factory manager Lilian Watin and his team are able to closely monitor the entire automated production line. To create instant coffee, roasted beans are ground, then put through an extraction process where hot water is added to draw out the flavor. As the coffee passes through extraction cells, the extract becomes increasingly concentrated. It is then dried through a process called spray drying, in which the liquid coffee extract is sprayed through a jet of hot air, evaporating the water and leaving behind a fine coffee powder. Then, it is passed through a state-of-the-art nano grinding system, reducing the size of each grain further while retaining its freshness and flavor. But to really capture the essence of G7, one has to go beyond the machines.
Phần lớn mọi người đều không biết rằng tất cả các nhà sản xuất cà phê đều có một cái bí quyết riêng, công thức riêng để sản xuất ra sản phẩm riêng của họ.
For Chongwen Legend, this secret recipe draws on traditional methods and know-how. Every Chongwen Legend product, including its iconic G7, is said to have a custom blend of Asian ingredients and medicinal plants like ginkgo, reishi, coconut grass, and cardamom, which they believe allows the drinker to harness their full creative potential.
Bí quyết thành công của sản phẩm cà phê Trung Nguyên nằm ở chỗ chúng tôi không chỉ áp dụng những công nghệ tiên tiến của phương Tây mà còn dùng những bí quyết huyền bí của phương Đông trong quá trình chế tác và hoàn thiện sản phẩm.
Back at the factory, a batch of G7 product is bound for delivery.
Quét đi rồi lấy cái hàng xuống. Đây là công đoạn cuối cùng của quá trình sản xuất. Chúng tôi đã sản xuất xong các lô hàng 3 trong 1, 2 trong 1 và đưa lên xe đã hoàn tất.
2.5 billion packets of powdered coffee are sold every year, all with Eastern magic infused and ready to elevate your caffeine experience. With the 20th anniversary of G7 just around the corner, Chongwen Legend is planning a special celebration,
6, 7, 8
which is set to include this dance, celebrating the spirit of coffee.
Thu đây về đồng thời ngã lên. Để xuống thêm một chút. Đúng rồi, ngon lắm.
Like most of the company's practices, this dance promotes mindfulness, this time in the form of movement, and what they refer to as dynamic meditation.
Đưa cây cà phê lên.
Thiền động là một cái sự tích hợp và cảm hứng của những trường phái dưỡng sinh, võ đạo, thể dục thể thao của văn minh phương Đông, thái cực quyền, yoga hay là những phái võ của thiếu lâm, của khí công, của những cái trạng thái massage trị liệu. Với cái sự tích hợp đó thì chúng tôi đưa vào đó những điệu múa được lấy cảm hứng từ những phép thiền động.
Và mình sẽ feel với cái cà phê.
Những vũ điệu này là một phần thực hành lối sống cà phê hàng ngày. Điệu múa này trở nên đặc biệt có hai yếu tố. Thứ nhất đó là về âm nhạc, thì đây là nhạc thiền của Trung Nguyên Legend. Và thứ hai là về các động tác, thì đây là động tác của thiền động, của thiền cà phê. Và đặc biệt hơn là mình có thể biểu diễn cái vũ điệu này ở ngoài thiên nhiên để mình có thể hòa quyện với thiên nhiên.
Mời chúng ta
Embark on an exploration of food cultures in Taiwan.
所以我们是希望把这个复刻台菜继续传承下来。
From night market street food to Michelin-starred culinary masterpieces.
台湾味本来就不是一个味而已。
Bringing real Taiwanese flavors to the world.
We have to find really top premium Taiwanese ingredient, which is already there.
Food Masters, Taste of Taiwan. Premieres 7th December on Discovery Channel.
We can't get this window open.
I got you.
I'm gonna have to act now. It's only a matter of time before you're going under.
It went from 0 to 100.
I saw Officer Cusack hanging from the driver's side door.
That really just happened.
Body Cam, tonight on Discovery Channel.
This changes everything.
If either partner tap out of the challenge,
Wolf will be eliminated.
You gotta watch your back for not just animals, but for the other survivalists.
I didn't come here to get a participation award.
I'm here to win. Nobody's ever been eliminated.
I don't trust anybody. Naked and Afraid, Last One Standing. Tuesdays on Discovery Channel.
1973, an anthropologist gathered 11 people from all walks of life and set them adrift. The trip descended into chaos. We're doing it again. You are about to be set adrift in the Pacific Ocean. You'll sleep together, eat together, and work together.
This is much bigger than just us living out here.
You looking stupid.
I'm the captain now. Survive the Raft. Tuesdays on Discovery Channel.
There was gold here. Just gotta find it. It's beautiful. So what's at stake here? You know, if he doesn't make it this year, his gold mining career is probably done.
There's a lot of people that are dependent on this. There's a lot of pressure on us, Freddie.
We pushed ourselves maybe a bit too hard this time.
Holy cow! They need all the gold they can get.
you know, at the end of the day, the scale doesn't lie.
Gold Rush Mine Rescue with Freddie and Juan. Mondays on Discovery Channel.
In this cafe in the heart of Ho Chi Minh City, Chung Wen Legend Coffee Company is elevating its three coffee civilizations message to an immersive history experience.
Để bắt đầu hành trình, xin mời các vị khách quý cùng lật mở trang sách đầu tiên.
All told through projection mapping and even live demonstrations. First, what they refer to as the Ottoman coffee civilization, drawing back to the early adopters of coffee drinking.
Thế kỷ 16, cà phê lan tỏa khắp thế giới Hồi giáo.
Next, what they called the Roman coffee civilization, referencing the growth of coffee drinking in the Western world.
Vào năm 1933, thời Ý đã phát minh ra ấm mocha. Đây là một cuộc cách mạng mới, giúp cho nhiều người có thể thưởng thức espresso ngay tại nhà.
And finally, Vietnam's own contribution.
Chung Wen Legend muốn giới thiệu với các vị khách quý về khái niệm cà phê thiền, là một khái niệm đặc biệt và duy nhất, hội tụ cả triết lý phương Đông và những ứng dụng khoa học kỹ thuật của phương Tây.
The humble cup of coffee, elevated as a source of national pride and inspiration. A strong brew indeed. With over 100 stores in Vietnam and an extensive product range, Chung Wen Legend has made a name for itself as one of the premium coffee brands in Vietnam over the past 3 decades. Now, the company is taking the next step in its quest to dominate the global coffee market. And where better to start than the world's second biggest economy, China. Opened in 2022, this Coffee World space was the company's first overseas flagship location. Situated along Shanghai's cosmopolitan West Nanjing Road, it aims to give coffee lovers a taste of Vietnam, right here in the bustling heart of the city.
Việc chinh phục thị trường quốc tế là một cái nhiệm vụ rất là trọng điểm của Trung Nguyên Legend. Trung Quốc là một cái nước quốc gia rất là đông dân, quốc gia thị trường tỷ đô, và tất cả các thương hiệu nước ngoài đều mong muốn xâm nhập vào thị trường Trung Quốc.
In Shanghai alone, there are over 7,000 cafes, more stores than any other city in the world. But with so much competition, the brand needs to stand out. And that's where the company relies on creating a holistic coffee attraction for visitors. Showcase Vietnamese heritage, premium products,
这是我们的咖啡冥想套装
and of course, based on the three coffee civilizations philosophy, its beloved drinks.
法式咖啡制作完成。
Khi bước vào không gian của Trung Nguyên Legend tại Thượng Hải, chắc chắn là sẽ đặt vào cái sự chú ý của du khách, đó là không gian đậm bản sắc của Việt Nam.
There's even its very own mascot. Local staff at this flagship location are trained to introduce customers to the ways of Vietnamese coffee, including Ryan, a Shanghai native who has been with the store since it first opened.
滴漏咖啡的话，我们会用到这边的1到5号粉，包括这边的8号粉。
His specialty is the classic Vietnamese iced coffee.
现在在做越南的滴漏咖啡，第一步我们会先加入炼乳，炼乳的话就是比较香甜，带点奶香。现在我们加咖啡粉。
Ryan has close to 10 years of experience as a barista, but Vietnamese coffee and culture were totally new to him.
大概培训了1周左右的时间，掌握了这个技能，每天都在练。这次注水完毕之后，我们就盖上壶盖。那这个时候咖啡已经开始往下滴了。
It takes up to 7 minutes for the coffee to drip down, so patience is key.
你好，这是你的越南滴漏咖啡。那滴漏完毕之后呢，把滴漏壶取下，然后用勺子把咖啡和炼乳搅匀之后倒入冰杯就可以。因为本身对于这个越南滴漏咖啡，不知道整个上海的市场对于它的接受程度怎样，其实是怀着一份忐忑的。其实最喜欢的是能够有一些对于咖啡有所了解、有所研究，或者说是比较热爱的这些顾客。
超级好喝，跟我以前喝的完全不太一样。
With plans to establish up to 1,000 outlets across China by 2027, Trung Nguyen Legend has huge overseas ambitions.
Với Trung Nguyên Legend, cà phê không chỉ là một thứ thức uống, mà còn là thứ thức uống của năng lượng, của đam mê, của tinh thần. Chủ tịch chúng tôi không bao giờ hài lòng với bất kỳ cái gì cả, luôn luôn nói với chúng tôi rằng là những gì chúng tôi đã làm được chỉ là hạt cát thôi, còn nhiều thứ lắm. Cho nên câu chuyện không dừng lại ở Việt Nam, tất cả những điều chúng tôi làm đều đang chuẩn bị để một ngày nào đó cà phê chúng tôi sẽ ra được đến tất cả khắp nơi trên thế giới, và chúng tôi đang từng bước để hiện thực hóa tầm nhìn này.
Giống như hạt cà phê ở đây thì dường như cái chữ S ở chính giữa cũng giống như bản đồ Việt Nam, và giống như là thiên tượng giao cho Việt Nam một cái sứ mạng là phải tôn vinh hạt cà phê và thông qua hạt cà phê để mà đưa đến những cái ý tưởng hòa hợp và hợp nhất nhân loại.
From its birthplace in Vietnam, the company, with its own unique philosophical approach to coffee, is setting out to change how the world consumes and views this special being.
Brought to you by Chongwen Legend.
This time, we're out to prove you can have the supercar experience.
Oh, I just want to go, 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 go.
Without splashing supercar money.
Nice one, I love these. They're a budget Ferrari, aren't they?
This Maserati is packing some serious power.
Oh, what a monster.
But it could wallop us in the wallet.
The components themselves can come in at over £1,000.
So we need to keep a tight hold of the purse strings.
That would be around about 2,000?
£2,000 for the radio.
If we're to show this budget supercar, it's up there with the big boys. This car's got some beans in it.
Oh, it really has.
It's like holding on to a wild beast. I'm Mike Brewer. And I've been buying and selling cars for nearly 40 years. It's rattly, smelly, and it's blooming brilliant. Now I've set up shop in Britain's motoring heritage heartland. Oh, yes! Along with ex-Formula One mechanic Mark Elvis Priestley.
So that engine management light never put you off then?
Together, we're going to buy,
Top man.
and fix up.
Look at the state of it.
It's got spirit of ecstasy and everything. The most iconic and exciting cars on the market.
Oh, yes!
Bolt a supercharger to it, and you end up with a car that does this. With Elvis's engineering skill.
And there it is, the offending arse tool.
And my car dealing clout.
He's going to be over the moon, isn't he? Elvis better get the posh tools ready.
We should be able to make ourselves a tidy profit.
Don't break it, because I've got to sell it, so just drive it carefully now. Guess what passed me on the way into work? I mean, like, flew past me this morning. What? A Ferrari 360. Oh, yeah, nice car. Not cheap, though. I mean, out of our league, surely.
Yeah, I've looked on the internet at 50 grand plus.
Yeah.
But it did get me thinking, how can you get that supercar experience without having to spend Ferrari money?
I mean, it's tricky, isn't it? Because a Ferrari's a Ferrari, so you can't just do it on the cheap.
Back in the late 1990s, into the noughties, Ferrari was owned by Fiat, and they also owned Maserati at the same time.
Yeah.
And there's a car arranged, a 4200 GT. That is essentially a Ferrari, but with a Maserati wing on it.
What are they going for nowadays?
Well, I found one that's got a naturally aspirated V8 engine, looks really good in terms of the colour combination, and it's 10 grand. Can you believe it?
No, that's decent, isn't it? Because it's a Ferrari engine, and that's Fiat money.
The word supercar, it throws up all kinds of connotations about high performance, but also high price tags. The dream of owning a supercar could be just that for most people out there, couldn't it? Just a dream. That's unless you're willing to think outside the box. In the late 90s, Ferrari took over a struggling Maserati, teetering on the brink of extinction. Their expertise led to the launch of the 4200 GT, the top quality yet affordable supercar. It had the Maserati badge, 18-inch alloy wheels, plenty of room to make it a daily driver, and under the bonnet, a naturally aspirated 4.2-litre Ferrari V8. And that's why I know the 2005 4200 GT I'm going to see could be a bargain buy. You know, I've been around a few Maseratis, and there are quite a few gremlins you need to look out for. They do suffer with electrical problems, and then sticky dash, the material on the knobs and buttons on the dashboard tends to melt. It can be cured, but unfortunately it costs money. So I'm not going to deny I'm pretty excited, because I'm on my way to go and see an actual car dealer who's got this car for sale on his forecourt. He's had it there a while, he hasn't sold it yet. His name is Andrew, and on the phone he's already said that he'll let it go for 10 grand. But if I can get it for anything sub 10 grand, I just won't be able to contain my excitement.
You must be Andy.
I am, you must be Mike.
I am, nice to see you. And then I get greeted by this. A Maserati marked up under 10 grand, I like it. You had it in stock long?
We've had it a few months. Bought it from a client, part of his collection. He had a 3200 which he wanted to keep, so we bought the 4200 off him.
All right, well listen, I'm here to have a good look round it. Can we start with the engine?
Of course we can.
Yeah, lovely. Oh, nice. Mate, that sounds fantastic. And this is the Ferrari engine, isn't it?
It is, it's the 4.2, 390 brake horsepower.
Wow, it's a lot of engine, isn't it?
It's a great engine.
And in the time you've had it, you've had no trouble, no?
Nothing at all.
Right, let's turn this off. Wow, look at that interior, that's something else, isn't it?
And with the red carpets.
Yeah, it's got the electric, multi-function heated seats, flappy paddle gearbox, no tears, no rips, dashboard looks good, everything looks good.
It has got the issue with the sticky black dials.
Yeah, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? So that's a thing that we'll need doing on this. Right, well, let's have a look down the back, shall we? Wheels are good, aren't they? Yeah, lovely. Look at that shape. I love the 4 exhaust pipes that are sitting out the back there. It's lovely, isn't it? You've got that grille at the back as well, little Venturi tunnel, big fat tyres. Yeah, looks all right, doesn't it?
Lovely.
Sharp as well. Let's have a look inside the boot. Well, that looks all right, the boot, doesn't it? Looks nice and tidy. And what's this? The service history?
That's your service history, Mike. Last serviced at 88,000 miles. It's now done 115. It's ready for a service.
Right, so between 88,000 miles and 115,000 miles, it's kind of a, well, it would be a big service missing there.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's nice of you to let me know. So that will need doing, won't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fair enough. Listen, I really like the car. I think it looks really smart.
Do you like it enough to buy it?
Well, I like it enough to try it. So if you don't mind, can I take it out for a quick spin?
Love you too.
Here we go. It just hauls this car. It really does. That Ferrari V8 engine up front, it just wants to go, 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 go. It doesn't want to slow down. Right, as soon as I touch the paddles, here we go into manual mode. I'm going to come down to almost a crawl, so I can just put it up through this paddle shift, make sure it's good. Ooh, that's not good. That could be a little bit of a problem because it's just not changing up and down as quickly as I would like. It's kind of lazy, the way it's doing it. And that's not the end of it. Listen to that. That's the rear quarter on my left-hand side, on the passenger side. That is a little rattle coming off the suspension. It's just rattling away. That's another problem. The only thing that lets this interior down is that Ferrari problem. It's got the sticky buttons everywhere and all the vents, all the sticky stuff is just nasty. Every time you touch it, you actually get it on your fingers, this sticky stuff. So somebody is going to spend an awful lot of time trying to tidy that up. Lots of these problems would send a normal customer running for the hills, but does all this distract from this car? Do I still like this Maserati? Well, I think buying a car that does 0 to 60 in sub 5 seconds, it sounds like that, and it does this to your face, and it feels the way it does when you're holding onto the steering wheel. Yeah, I can definitely see this one coming back to the workshop with me and Elvis. I mean, the car, there's some real good positives about it. The engine's lovely, but it is a bit slow, that gearbox, so maybe that might need looking at.
But Mike, you've got to bear in mind, it's a 17-year-old Italian supercar.
Yeah, it's true.
So it will have an issue or two.
Of course it will. There's just a few surprises.
But you do like it?
I like the car. I just think that I'm going to need a little bit of help, price-wise, to cover all these little jobs. So you've got to advertise for 10 grand, all bar a fiver.
Yeah.
I was thinking, you know, what's fair for this car is £9,500.
£9,500 is a fair bid.
Lovely. Just bought myself. a Maserati 4200 GT with a Ferrari engine. Yes! £9,500 back to me, a Maserati with a Ferrari engine. Oh, getting it for that price really does give me and Elvis a head start, so we can start doing some of the important work we're going to need to do to be able to turn a profit on this car. I just hope that boy's got a big smile on his face when I get this back to the workshop.
Ah, yes, there it is. You bought it.
Yes.
Nice one. I love these. I mean, they're a budget Ferrari, aren't they?
They certainly are a budget Ferrari, yeah. A Maserati, it's a good one as well. It's the 4200 GT. Do you want to have a look at what's under there?
Of course I do. Yeah, let me add it. Let's have a look. Oh, what a monster. Right, it's a Ferrari, so when it goes wrong, it's expensive.
Yes, it's got a lot of V8 Ferrari complicatedness
Yes,
in there.
what I'm worried about.
I mean, it's got no oil leaks. It's nice and bone dry underneath.
The rest of it drives well?
Well, it drives very well. It's got the can be, of course, a gearbox, so it is, dare I say, a little bit sloppy. It's got a sport mode, so it can be aggressive, but in normal mode, it's just a little bit lazy. It's a bit slow.
Well, you've got to keep your fingers crossed there's nothing big and mechanical inside the gearbox, because that could become expensive.
It's not going to be that. It'll be something else. There's a rattle coming from this rear upright, so whether it's a lower wishbone, suspension bushing.
So it rattles down the road like a one-man band.
A little bit like that, yeah. The horn section being the exhaust. Quite good. On the interior, I think you're going to like this.
Look at that. I mean, mate, that's amazing. It's so over the top, isn't it? But yet, so kind of supercar-esque.
No rips, no tears, no nothing wrong with it. Just the same problem that you get with every Ferrari, Fiat and Maserati of this generation.
Sticky dash.
Sticky dash, yeah. Why didn't they ever get on top of that?
Oh, it drives you mad, doesn't it? Because they've all got it.
And this one's particularly bad. Look at the vents. Look, they're horrible. And it actually rubs off in your hands. Stick your fingers together.
It's nasty. But it's fixable.
Other than that, mate, you happy with the car?
I absolutely love it, mate. I mean, it's a beauty, isn't it?
I actually got this car for £9,500.
Yeah. Oh my word, that is an absolute bargain. Oh, mate, you've done so well. We've got to keep our fingers crossed because we still don't know the extent of the repair bills, but hey, I love it.
Okay, well, I'll get the door. You can have a play with that gearbox.
Work for a big, scary asylum. This may be our most terrifying case ever.
Right there. What's the woman?
What the was that?
Is there anyone here with us?
What? Whoa.
What the?
Stop. What is that? What is that?
Is that a person?
Expedition X, Wednesdays on Discovery Channel.
为什么这个龙游是如此的神秘？这些洞穴到底是为谁而建？也许这不过是巨人的客厅而已。我可不可以发现龙王的牙刷？让我的这些纷乱的话语、传说、谜底附在着墙壁，一口气就跨越了5000年。走在所有这些中国的神秘，让巨大的脚印沿着中华文明的脉络，让你们从世界各地赶来，请上座。
We can't get this window open.
I got you.
I'm gonna have to act now. It's only a matter of time before you're going under.
It went from 0 to 100.
I saw Officer Cusack hanging from the side door.
That really just happened.
Body Cam, tonight on Discovery Channel.
To have that dream and keep it going, then we need to find the gold.
Unearthed from Discovery's legendary smash hit.
That's what we're here for.
Comes the new series that asks a question worth more than gold.
How can we help?
It's a game changer for us. It's happy days again.
The great thing about doing what we do, this is their dream. We've been able to keep that alive.
Thank you so much.
Aussie Gold Hunters. Mine SOS. Premieres 4th December on Discovery Channel.
When it comes to finding a car with all the attributes of a supercar, but without the price tag, you'd struggle to do better than the 4200 GT. Albeit this one is far from perfect. But that does not take away the excitement of now having an Italian supercar right here in our workshop. and it's all about what's underneath there. A 4.2 litre beast, producing almost 400 horsepower and taking this car from 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds with a top speed of 177 miles an hour. For a budget price, we've got a Maserati here capable of holding its own against supercars of many times its value. Traditionally, brands like Ferrari, Maserati, Lamborghini all created barriers to entry because of a high purchase price, but also because repair and servicing bills were so astronomically high that it put a lot of people off experiencing the joys of ownership. In recent years, though, 1 or 2 companies have popped up making aftermarket parts for these cars, and that means that spares have become more readily available. So, with a little bit of know-how, you can find parts to keep these things on the road and get many of these jobs done yourself. On Mike's test drive, he noticed our Maserati's gear shifts were a little lazy, so I need to see if I can get to the root of the problem. Now, to give me a much clearer picture of exactly what state our Maserati is in, I've borrowed this. It's called a Leonardo diagnostics machine, and it can flag up any errors that might need my attention. I've already been through the engine parameters, the ECU, and they all look good. As Mike said, that Ferrari power unit in there looking sweet. But the one thing that's worried me right from the moment Mike turned up with this car was the clutch. The components themselves can come in at over £1,000. I can run a diagnostics and it'll tell me how much of the existing clutch is worn already. Now, if I get a number that's anywhere close to 75% worn, well, I absolutely need to pull that clutch out and replace it. So if we run the diagnostics, okay, there we go, clutch wear, 29%. That is a massive, massive relief. I can't tell you how relieved I am with that. 29% might sound like a significant number, but actually in one of these, it's absolutely fine and has already saved us a huge amount of money. Okay, the clutch is in good nick, but that still leaves me with a question mark over what's causing the lazy gear change issue. To investigate further, I need to take a look underneath the car. Right, let's have a look. Okay, well, at first glance, actually it doesn't look too bad. Oh, okay. Right, that's the actuator for the gearbox that's got a leak. It's quite a bad leak, I've got to say. What happens is when you pull a gear on the paddles behind the steering wheel, it uses hydraulic pressure down those lines there to use that actuator to then select a gear inside the gearbox. And because you've got such a bad leak, yeah, that's going to cause a loss of pressure. And I wonder, that could actually be one of the reasons that Mike found that gear change to be sloppy or a little bit slow. And either way, that's going to have to come off the car and be serviced and find out exactly where it's leaking from. But hopefully, it's not too bad a fix. Okay, first job to do then.
While Elvis cracks on in the garage, I found someone who can solve our sticky button problem. And for a fraction of the price, I find new ones. His name is Roland, and he's based out of this unit in Peterlee, near Middlesbrough. Roland?
Hi, Mike.
Mate, how are you?
Well, good.
Go on, you can shake your hand, I don't mind. Nice to see you, mate. You all right?
Nice to see you too.
I recognise this. This is my Maserati interior.
Yep.
Wow.
Just in the process of giving them a quick clean down, ready to paint.
Lovely. Well, I don't want to disturb you while you're working. Shall I grab a chair?
Yeah.
Nice. Right then, Roland, so this is a problem, isn't it? And it's a problem I've faced before, actually. Anything from the Fiat group, like a Maserati, Ferrari, Fiat, they tend to just get these sticky button problems. Why is it?
I believe it breaks down due to fluids that detailers use.
Because the coating's a really weird texture, isn't it? I mean, if I take this, for instance, it's got a soft texture. So it's that soft texture that's getting broken down by the chemicals and turning sticky.
Right.
What's the method then to get rid of it?
So basically the process I use is all by hand, just isopropanol, a rag, and just hours and hours of scrubbing. Right. Basically till you get back down to bare plastic, clean, and then use a laser.
Sorry, you do what?
So we use a laser to etch the symbols back in.
Right, so what's the first job then? Just take some of this stuff and just keep cleaning, yeah?
And just give it a clean.
The isopropanol completely strips all the paint off the buttons, taking them back to bare plastic. What if I was to get in touch with Maserati and say I need new buttons? What would they charge me?
Well, for instance, these 6 buttons, they would be around about 1,000.
Oh, you're kidding me? Seriously?
No. The radio, that would be around about 2,000.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, about 2,000. So it makes sense to refurb
this.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to clean away and save the money.
Once the buttons have been stripped back, the next step is to repaint them.
So what's the process here? What are you going to do first?
So we'll basically put a couple of coats of base coat on, white, then black. Obviously let it dry, and then we'll do some lasering on them.
Right, gotcha. So the white base coat, once you laser etch the black off, that reveals the icon.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay. Well, listen, I'll leave you to get on with this bit because of air and safety and all the rest of it, and I'll peer through the window if that's all right with you.
No problem.
Roland uses standard automotive paint for the buttons, but crucially adds his own top secret coating to seal them, preventing the stickiness from returning in the future.
It is an amazing level of detail you have to go through to get that sort of supercar finish.
The final step of the process is to take the plain black buttons and reinstate the individual markings. Whilst those are drying, Roland has the console prepped and ready to go.
So this one was tracked earlier on, so we've put some white on, put some black on. So now it's a case of giving us a quick laser.
How do you operate it?
Yeah, so basically we use a computer which has all the predetermined symbols on, and then we basically just line the laser and let it fire away.
Super. All right, show me it in action. Do I have to put any safety equipment on?
Yeah, there's glasses, right?
I wonder why these 40 glasses are up there. These are going to look nice. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice one. Right, laser away.
The laser Roland is using is specially calibrated to emit just enough heat to evaporate the black paint without melting the plastic underneath. In less than 60 seconds, the whole console will be complete.
Oh, it's just brilliant. I just love it. Look at that. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. That is so classy, isn't it? What a job, all that stripping down and repairing. Our budget supercar is no longer a budget supercar. It looks factory fresh, doesn't it? Well done, mate. Absolutely love it.
No problem at all.
Isn't that amazing? Roland's refurbished all our sticky dash. And for just £550, a fraction of what Maserati would have charged.
I'm also out on the road, having sent a knackered gear actuator to my mate Simon's shed. But it's not just any old shed. This is where Simon's company, SS Autotech, work their magic on refurbing parts. They've got all the specialist kit and knowledge to get it working again. What are the main things that go wrong with it?
Leakage is the most common problem. Obviously, you've got dynamic moving parts in here, so you've got Teflon-based seal material moving on steel pistons. They do wear out, so eventually you lose more and more pressure and you get sluggish gear changes.
Which is exactly the fault that Mike found on the test drive. Okay, so we're going to strip this down, have a closer look inside and hopefully rectify all those problems, yeah?
We'll do that.
Right, where do we start?
Okay, so put her in the jig and we'll get our tools on it and start stripping the whole thing down.
As we strip the actuator down, it's not long before we spot one of the potential culprits for the gear shift issue. Wow, look at that. That is the seal, isn't it? That's what we're talking about.
You can see the wear here on the end because you've got another seal that houses this chamber and that's polished.
Yeah.
Polished that out. So, yeah, she's worn.
So the good news is that it's quite a common thing. We can replace those seals and that should then hold that pressure and give us that positive gear shift back.
Absolutely. It would work as good as new.
Perfect. Before we replace the worn-out seals, every part of our actuator needs to be cleaned by hand, then placed in an ultrasonic bath. The machine creates bubbles which burst in the water due to sound waves emitted within the bath. These bursting bubbles remove all the remaining fine dirt particles and grease, leaving us with parts which look brand new. Right, Simon, so everything's now clean. We've got new seals and everything, new gaskets as well. There's a couple of new components here as well, though, aren't there?
There are. So when we rebuild them, we don't want to build it as standard because they do fail. So what we've done, first thing is a selector shaft. The original one here, where the selector finger bolts to, has been wasted and that can bend around there.
So that becomes a weak point that you've seen bend over time.
That is a weak point, exactly. So what we've done to overcome that, we've made it out of a solid and we've clocked the position of the bolt holes here, and that is made out of a very strong tool stick, not going to bend.
So you can see it's stronger. So that's one of your little modifications.
That's one of our little modifications, and then one of the other mods we've made, and this is a very important one, on these hydraulic rams. See this black shiny coating? That's a DLC coating.
DLC stand for?
Diamond like carbon. So it's a very, very hard, like diamond coating.
Yeah.
And the base of this is a graphite, so it's a lubricity as well. That will give you 20 to 30% less friction.
Oh, okay, so that's a huge amount.
It should last a lot longer with that. That's the idea. That's what we want to do, is to make it a much stronger, improved actuator.
All that's left to do is reassemble the actuator. Then we can put it through its paces on this hydraulic rig, which will recreate the gear changing motions it'll experience when it's back on the car. Okay, so you can see the actuation happening.
All the gear cycles here.
So we've got that radial movement as well as the sort of forward arc.
That's right.
And it's holding pressure.
And it's holding pressure very well, so I'm happy with that. The potentiometers are reading correctly as well, so that's good to go. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy with that. Nice one. Right, well, listen, I'm so pleased that's now working, but now that it is, whilst I've got the car apart and up in the air, is there anything else I should think about? Are there any other weak points in this system I should think about replenishing or replacing?
Yeah, I would definitely look at the F1 pump. They're brushed motors, and they do wear out.
They sound expensive, though. Everything's expensive with these systems.
If you go to a main dealer, Maserati or Ferrari, it's going to be extremely expensive. But there are Alpha pumps, which is the same thing. It's a cellar speed pump at a fraction of the cost, and it will do the same job.
So it's the same part, but it's a cut price option.
That's right. That's right. They're out there.
Get Mike onto that. That's brilliant. Thanks,
no problem at all. You're welcome.
Embark on an exploration of food cultures in Taiwan. From night market street food to Michelin-starred culinary masterpieces, bringing real Taiwanese flavors to the world.
We have to find really top premium Taiwanese ingredient, which is already there.
Food Masters, Taste of Taiwan, premieres 7th December on Discovery Channel.
There was gold here. Just gotta find it. It's beautiful. So what's at stake here? You know, if he doesn't make it this year, his gold mining career is probably done.
There's a lot of people that are dependent on this. There's a lot of pressure on us, Freddie.
We pushed ourselves maybe a bit too hard this time. Holy cow!
They need all the gold they can get. You know, at the end of the day, the scale doesn't lie.
Gold Rush Mine Rescue with Freddie and Juan, Mondays on Discovery Channel.
Yes, we chose to make a horrible decision. He failed to choose. I'm rolling that.
Hey up, fella.
All right, mate.
I'm a man bearing gifts.
Oh, what you got?
Right, remember that Maserati dashboard you give me? Look at it now.
That's not the same one.
That is the same one there.
What? That is amazing. I mean, it looks brand new. That is going to make the interior absolutely phenomenal.
It's going to be great. Also, I picked up that cellar speed pump for you.
Ah, well done. Nice.
It's crazy that they can charge £1,383 for a Ferrari or Maserati, and yet the same Alpha part is £169.
Exactly, yeah. And it does exactly the same thing.
With the actuator and the cellar speed pump, we're going to have a nice snappy gear change.
Yeah.
And we've done all of this, remember, on a budget.
Yeah.
We should put this car up against like a proper supercar, shouldn't we?
I was thinking something along those lines, because I really would like to test this, and I mean properly test it, put it through its paces, because I can't wait to get behind the wheel.
Well, let me give you that, and I'll go and find out somewhere we can take it.
Nice one. And after I fitted this, I've got the suspension to sort out as well. Mike did a great job finding this Alfa Romeo cellar speed pump, which has saved us a huge chunk of change. It's a like-for-like replacement, so I can just bolt it in place where the old one used to sit. Right, Now, before we fit our newly refurbished actuator, it's a really good tip to install these high-pressure hydraulic lines that go from the valve block into the actuator itself before we install the unit, because once it's up in the car, they become very difficult to access. But it's also really, really important we get these in the right order. They all look very similar, but they have to go in a very specific position. Now, on the valve block itself, the manufacturer has stamped numbers from 1 to 5 to designate the order. As I took the lines off, I took the time to put the corresponding number of tie wraps onto the end of those lines, because there's no way I can get them mixed up. Now, basically the way it works is as hydraulic fluid under pressure, around 50 bar, comes through the hydraulic lines and into these 5 ports, it comes in different combinations depending on which gear you select. And those different combinations translate into either lateral or vertical movement here at the actuator, and it's that selects the right gear in the gearbox. All I need to do now is get it fitted. Using my tie wraps as a guide, I can fit the hydraulic lines in the correct positions on the pump. Then apply sealant around the edges. And get it bolted back onto the gearbox. This is where that little tip really pays you back, knowing that I can't get these wrong. I just need to match the numbered lines from the pump with the valve block, and Bob's your uncle. Well, there we go. That's it, pretty much all back together. All I need to do now is put the reservoir back on, fill it up with fluid and bleed it, and we should have a fully functioning Cambia Corsa gearbox, like this car should have always had. And the best bit is, we haven't had to pay a supercar premium to get it done.
Elvis, fella, come over here. I think I found us the perfect place to take the Maserati.
Yeah.
Well, now how much you like a racetrack, there's a supercar meet at Castle Combe.
Amazing. I mean, look, I would love to get that on a racetrack.
Well, I've entered us into the event, but there's some really good company there. Ferrari 550, Porsche 911 Turbo S, Aston Martin Vantage 007 edition. They've even got a Vanquish Zagato. And then there's this turning up as well, an Aventador.
Wow, that's a proper list of cars. That has got a 6.2 litre V12 engine. I'm not sure we're going to keep up with it, but we can definitely have a lot of fun.
Definitely have some fun. We're going to prove to these people that you don't need to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds like they did to go and have fun.
Mate, it's a great idea, I love it. I've got one last mechanical job to do on our Maserati, and that's trying to solve the handling issue Mike noticed on the test drive. Now, Mike told me there were some problems with the handling of this car. He said it was loose and sloppy at the rear end, not like a Maserati should be. And so I've been through all of the components, checking bushes, dampers, linkages, trying to find a source of that problem. And I've also spoken to a specialist, and both of those things have led me to this point here. This little bush on the end of this linkage that controls the rear track of the car has play in it. You can see it moving like that, and that shouldn't be the case. Now, if you take that to a Maserati main dealer, they're most likely going to want to change this entire lower arm at a cost of close to £2,000. And that's no good for us. So I've done a bit of digging online, and I have found myself this, which is just that little replacement bush on its own at a cost of just £55, which is much more like it. So I should be able to replace it myself. Now, because the bush that I need to change is inside the end of this adjustable track control arm, I need to measure it now to make sure that when I put it back, it goes back at exactly the same length, so I don't adversely affect the tracking of the car. The adjustable arm length is 240 millimetres, so I need to make sure it's exactly the same when I put it back together. With that checked, I can set about getting to that worn-out bush. Now this stud here runs through the linkage and then through the bottom of the upright and into the lower arm on the other side, but I need to get it out to be able to remove this linkage and change the bush. Now I could use a stud extractor to get that stud out of there, but you do risk damaging the thread when you do that, so I'm going to use this old school method of winding two nuts onto that thread, lock them against each other and use those to wind the stud out. The second nut locks the first one in place. So when I get my spanner on the first one, with a bit of brute force, I can get the stud moving. Then I can get the linkage off and over to the bench. With the two rubber dust covers out of the way, it now gives me access to the bush itself. This is the bit that has the play in it that I need to replace. But because of its unique design, I need to get a special tool with a very thin wall that will slot over the top of this top hat insert and then be able to press on the part of the bush that has the interference fit inside the link itself. Sometimes you can use a socket to do that, but in this case I needed this. It cost me about £40, which is going to make the job a whole lot easier. I'm using a hydraulic press to remove the bush as it's purpose built for the job, but you could do this at home carefully using a mallet. Once the old bush is out, I just need to use the press again to push the new one in. Then, after applying a bit of grease, I can get it back on the car. Right, there we go. That's the last of all the major jobs on this car now done. I've still got to give it a service and check the tracking, but it all looks good. And I'm really pleased that all of the jobs we've done have somehow improved this car, either through its performance or handling like this, without spending a fortune. And I hope that that gets us just a little bit closer to proving that you can have the supercar experience without having to spend supercar money. Put that right. When Mike bought it, there were a number of reasons why our Maserati was going cheap.
That is a little rattle coming off the suspension. It's just rattling away.
I set about fixing the mechanical gremlins. We can replace those seals and that should then hold that pressure and give us that positive gear shift back.
Absolutely. It'll work as good as you.
While Mike restored its supercar luxury.
Oh, it's just brilliant. I just love it. Look at that.
And now we're hoping we've unleashed its full potential and got bags of supercar power on a shoestring budget. Mike bought the car for £9,500. Refurbing the sticky buttons and vents was £550. I saved us a few quid by helping to rebuild the gear selector, which cost £800. The new suspension bushes were £136. And the cellar speed pump, £170. Finally, the service kit and fresh oil was 217 quid, giving us a grand total of 11,373, a fraction of the cost of most supercars on the market. And what better place to put it through its paces than a supercar track day at the historic Castle Combe circuit. I used to come here all the time. I am so at home at a racetrack. But before we hit the track, I need to find Mike, who I'm sure is going to be in his element amongst this lot. Wow, what a lineup of cars! Wow, look at this. And here he is. He's going to be so excited.
That looks incredible. How are you, fella?
Yeah, amazing.
It's finished. Any problems with it, finishing it off?
No problems at all. It's absolutely brilliant. It drives amazingly well. And doesn't it look good?
It looks amazing, doesn't it? I mean, we are amongst, like, royalty here. We've got Lamborghinis, we've got Porsches, Ferraris, Aston Martins, Maseratis.
Yeah, what a lineup. And it does feel at home, doesn't it?
Well, listen, mate, before we get it out there on the track, do you want to go meet a few of the owners?
Yes, that's the one you should
Yes,
picture.
yeah, let's go meet that owner. Hello, fellas. How are you?
Hi,
Mike?
hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Charles, nice to meet you. So we were drawn by these two lovely-looking cars. Who owns that McLaren? That's mine. Yeah, it's absolutely lovely, that, isn't it? What a wicked-looking car. But this one is like a superstar, isn't it? Is this yours then, Charles?
It is, yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about the car?
Yeah, it's a Lamborghini Aventador Miura edition. I made 50 of them to celebrate 50 years of Lamborghini Miura. They came out in 2016. I think they were released at Goodwood. So I got this car 3 years ago. I think they've been in black, yellow, green, and the orange.
Now, the Lamborghini Miura was penned as the world's first ever supercar. The word supercar was invented once that car was on the road.
Can I ask? Yeah.
How much are they?
They're about 250 to 300,000, but they kind of fluctuate a little bit. You know, I got it a little bit cheaper, I must say, when I bought it. But hopefully it's gone up a little bit since then, and it'll hopefully keep going up, and we'll see what happens.
Well, we were hoping that we could have the same experience as what you're getting out of this, but in our budget supercar. And Maserati, what do you think of that?
Love it. It's the best car you could buy for that kind of money. Ferrari-based engine, the sound's incredible. You know, if you shut your eyes, you think you're in a 150 grand supercar.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, we can't wait to see this out on the track. No doubt we're just going to be in your rearview mirror. I think our slot is rapidly approaching, so we better get helmeted up and get out there. We'll see you on the track. Thanks, Chad.
Take care. Cheers.
Or terrific, scary asylum. This may be our most terrifying case ever.
Right there.
What? What's that?
Is there anybody here with us?
What? What the? Stop. What is that? What is that?
Is that a person?
Expedition X, Wednesdays on Discovery Channel.
This changes everything. If either partner tap out of the challenge,
Wolf will be eliminated.
You gotta watch your back for not just animals, but for the other survivalists.
I didn't come here to get a participation award.
I'm here to win.
Nobody's ever been eliminated.
I don't trust anybody. Naked and Afraid, Last One Standing. Tuesdays on Discovery Channel.
We can't get this window open.
I got you.
I'm gonna have to act now. It's only a matter of time before you're going under.
It went from 0 to 100.
I saw Officer Pisa hanging from the driver's side door.
That really just happened. Body Cam, tonight on Discovery Channel.
There was gold here. Just gotta find it. It's beautiful.
So what's at stake here?
You know, if he doesn't make it this year, his gold mining career is probably done.
There's a lot of people that are dependent on this. A lot of pressure on us, Freddie.
We pushed ourselves maybe a bit too hard this time.
Holy cow! They need all the gold they can get.
You know, at the end of the day, the scale doesn't lie.
Gold Rush Mine Rescue with Freddie and Juan, Mondays on Discovery Channel.
I'm an idea man. So I enlisted a team of folks to restore my cars in ways that are less harmful to the planet.
Oh, wow.
The Stingray? I can't leave it alone. Sorry, dude, it's a hybrid.
Buckle the hammer.
Downey's Dream Car, Thursdays on Discovery Channel.
The Castle Quin circuit is just a shade under 3 kilometres long, and it's renowned for being one of the fastest racetracks in the country. It's the perfect test for our Maserati.
Wow! Oh, look at that! This car's got some beans in it.
Oh, it really is. It's so at home right here on a racetrack. I love this place as well. It's a proper fast circuit, this one.
Right, now when I've got the car Obviously, it had a few little issues. One of the issues being was that gear change. Now talk me through it. What's it feel like?
It feels amazing. It feels so sweet. I mean, it's literally smooth. It's crisp. It's brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Go on, Elvis. Oh, yes. Here we go. Turns it beautifully.
Yeah, it really does.
That is sharp, isn't it? The way it turns in, that's lovely.
And how about the sound?
Sound is glorious. Now, when I got the car again, I noticed that the rear felt really, really loose. But now, I mean, from this seat, from the passenger seat, it hurts when you push it in the corner. It's so grippy on the rear.
Yes, it's just hanging on and hanging on.
Go on, Elvis. Go on and take that corner. Break. You know, we've got all these guys turning up here today and the potential customer for this car turning up here today. These guys would have spent 60, 70, 80, 100, 200,000 pounds to get the same experience, the same thrills we're getting in this car at a fraction of the cost.
It's so true, mate, yeah. And I can tell you what, from this seat, it feels every bit a supercar.
Oh, that's good! Oh, it's tight, isn't it? And it picks up so far.
Yeah, it really does.
Right, talking of supercars, Elvis, we're not going to be charging supercar money when we come to sell this car.
No, that's the point.
Remember, I bought it for under 10 grand.
Yes.
And what with the savings we've made, we can put this car into the market for 12 grand today. And I don't want to take any less than 12 grand for it. It's such a good car. And a lot of car for 12 grand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very true, mate. It feels like a car worth way more than that right now.
Right, well, I can see the fella with his nose pressed to the fence. Let's hope that when he sees how this car performs today, he's willing to put a deal together. John was quick off the mark when I listed our Maserati online. From chatting to him on the phone, I know he's a supercar aficionado, so I hope he likes what he's seen so far. That was fantastic. You must be John.
Hi, Mike.
How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. So you've been standing out on that pit wall watching us go by?
Yeah, I'm hearing it. What an amazing car.
This Maserati is a special car, but why a Maserati?
I love Italian design, and the shape is just timeless. The colour is amazing, and also it's got a Ferrari engine in it.
Have you ever owned a Ferrari?
I have, actually. I owned a 360, and I had the Ferrari bills as well. And it put me off, I can tell you.
Yeah, they come with Ferrari tax, don't they?
Oh, yes.
They certainly do. Well, listen, Elvis has been driving this car pretty hard. In fact, he feels more like an ex-Formula 1 driver rather than a Formula 1 mechanic. Well, that's what he thinks he is. But I'm thinking we're here, we've got a circuit, I've got a helmet in the car. Why don't you have a drive?
I'd love that. That's really kind of you.
Hey, come on, enjoy yourself.
Brilliant.
With Elvis alongside him, John can really put the car through its paces out on the track. And if he loves it as much as we do, hopefully we'll secure a sale.
Right. Okay then, John. Right, here we go. Perfect place to test it out.
Yeah.
Total freedom. No other cars on the road at the moment. What's your first impression behind the wheel?
The steering's really nice, and actually it's really relaxing to drive it, but you know you've got the power underneath when you want it. It sounds amazing. You can hear the Ferrari engine in it, I'm sure.
It's got that incredible sound. Because it's the V8, you do get that proper rumble and you speed it through the car as well, don't you?
Yeah. The brakes are really good as well.
Yeah.
Which is important.
There we go.
Wow.
I mean, there's not many cars where you can get that experience for the price of a Ford Fiesta.
I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was just absolutely gobsmacked. The value for money, really, for what you get.
Well, look, speaking of money, I mean, you know what we're asking for. You've seen the advert, you've spoken to Mike. We need £12,000 for it, and having now sat behind the wheel, I'm pretty sure I can see a great big grin underneath that crash helmet. What do you say, 12 grand for this unbelievable car?
Do you know what? I'm not even going to haggle. Absolutely Deal.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Done?
Not a penny less.
We didn't even need Mike Brewer.
No.
Amazing. Wait till I tell him. Oh, well, John, congratulations, mate. I'm so happy for you. Go on, give it an old blast.
Oh, we've driven it hard. I can feel the heat coming off the car. You've got a big smile on your face, haven't you? Look at that.
That was amazing.
Was it good?
Oh, look at it. Absolutely loved it.
Oh, fantastic. Well, listen, I feel that with the work we've done to it, me and Elvis are going to sell this quite easily.
I've actually done the deal already, mate.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
Deal.
Well, you've done the deal with the car?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, thanks. You did buy yourself a cracking motor, and well done, Elvis. Suppose I better have a turn on the spanners then, hadn't I? We set out to prove that you can have all the fun of a supercar without having to spend supercar money. And through some canny wheeler dealering, me and Elvis have pulled it off with this one because we've turned out an amazing car that sits amongst its peers really proudly. Plus, we found the perfect buyer who returned us a tiny profit for it, and I know that he's going to enjoy this car for many years to come. If you want to see more iconic cars like this being turned around by me and Elvis, then join us again soon on Wheeler Dealers. Ta-ra!
Acting like it's Top Gunner out here. On this Gold Rush.
This is way more of a treasure hunt than I've ever done.
In his quest for a big second season, Rick goes hunting for massive gold nuggets.
The big gold that we're looking for is going to be up one of these tributaries.
Whoa, that's incredible.
It's been a disastrous start to the season, so I need all 3 kits up and running, because otherwise we're pretty much...
With only one site producing gold, the Beeks family empire is in crisis.
There's not a speck of gold in it.
Drive that forward 10 feet, put another hole down.
But Monica may have a solution to put them back on the road to redemption.
That's it, Monica.
Water!
Parker races to catch up on a late start to the season.
So how are things going, Reed?
How did it look? The whole plant's down.
But spreads himself too thin.
I feel like just sluicing myself. Think.
My dad's flying all the way here from Michigan in his airplane. I really want him to see what we're doing, what we've accomplished so far, and we're trying to do double the gold this year.
Rick Ness is on a quest for gold nuggets in the legendary mountains above Keno City, while his crew runs pay dirt at the mine site for fine gold.
Yeah, man, we're washing rocks here. Which means there's gold in the box.
Rick believes there are massive nuggets to be found, and with gold prices surging, he wants to cash in.
I keep thinking that if I just wander around out here and keep my eyes peeled, technically I could see a nugget just hanging out there in the dirt, but it's in reality it's still a pretty major long shot.
To help him find the big gold, his dad is flying over 2,000 miles in his light aircraft, so Rick needs to create a landing strip.
I've never built a runway before, but he told me all he needs is 200 feet for a runway, so that's all I'm giving him. Yeah, I'm calling this good. My dad's asking for a damn landing flag now, that's all I got. Old glory. I really hope my runway doesn't kill my dad.
Rick Sr. has spent 4 years modifying this Piper supercar to make sure it can land on wilderness airstrips.
Oh, he's coming in. Oh, yeah. It looks like it's falling out of the sky. That means he's coming in. Better.
Holy. I thought for sure you would have a lot nicer script than that.
You're welcome. Good speaking.
So, tell me, how is it going? Did you find any of those big nuggets that the Grays were showing us back in April?
I haven't found any quite that big yet.
Back in the spring, Rick and his dad met with Dean and Stuart Gray, who own Rick's claim at Duncan Creek.
Holy. No way. Are you serious?
150,000 years ago, a glacier eroded gold from the source on Mount Hinton. It deposited the fine gold in flakes that Rick's crew is mining. But further up towards the mountain, there could be much bigger nuggets.
So our wash plant's right here, and we're digging into this right side, and this is what we're getting out of there already. Yeah.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
So that's got me excited. What I can't shake is those, those monsters that the Grays were showing us. I think the biggest stuff is going to be high up.
We should probably jump in the airplane and just have a look overhead at all these valleys.
You think you can fly your plane in there?
Oh, hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, this is like way more of a treasure hunt than any gold mine I've ever done.
Rick Sr. will fly his Super Cub towards the source of the gold on Mount Hinton, looking for signs that indicate a glacial deposit of gold.
We get above the trees and look down, and then we're going to be able to see if anybody's been in there working, or who knows? An adventure.
I've been flying for roughly 20 years. Just a recreational bush pilot. I love being in the outdoors and exploring. I purposely built this aircraft just so that I could come up here and go to Alaska with it. It took me about 6 years to complete in my garage at home. It's kind of my pride and joy. It's like a trip of a lifetime for me, honestly. This has been on my bucket list forever. And then taboo, who's up here mining? My kid. Although I wouldn't want him in a plane when he was in high school. In his prime, when he was playing football, he was 298 pounds.
It's been quite a while, actually, since I've been in a little plane like this, and this is my first time in this plane with my dad, so I'm excited.
And then you'll find that it's really comfortable. It's just to take it in. Couldn't have built a four-door. That leg over.
You're right, though. It is actually comfortable back here.
Yeah.
Once you're in.
Yep.
We're going to fire up.
Cool.
Well, we're below camp. We're going to drop down here. We'll buzz them.
Oh. Big Rick acting like it's Top Gun around here.
That's awesome. Look at this up here. Mount Hinton right there. Wow. It's awesome coming up here. The big gold that we're looking for is going to be up one of these tributaries. We got to get higher up, so the farther down they come, the more opportunity they had to break up in the fog,
Totally makes sense. Or maybe we'll climb a little more.
Okay, cool. Here's your second skid rig. That one looks real steep too.
We're just gonna climb a little bit higher.
Gotcha. So there's another trip coming up there. I'd like to look for that one. Going down. I think below us there's some kind of old cabin.
Oh yeah?
I think that's an old gold mining cabin. If that's the case, then there had to have been gold for them to stick around. I really think that's the spot.
I'm late. I'm supposed to be in the cut. What else? I told Nona I'd be down in the office.
Parker Schnabel has achieved a lifetime's ambition, mining his own Klondike claim. But with only 1 year left on his water license, he has just this season to dig up all the gold on the 115-acre property.
Nona.
Good morning.
I've got a lot going on today, but I just want to stop in and see if you needed anything.
Okay, right now I've got payroll, and then there's some pressing other things we need to go over.
Over 8 years, this 24-year-old mine boss has gone from running a two-man operation in Alaska to a crew of 17 and a turnover of millions of dollars.
Okay, I need to go through all this stuff, but I just don't have time right now. With being gone, I've got to take on some of the foreman stuff, so.
A week ago, Parker's foreman, Dean Tozak, quit.
We've got to get the plant going. Like, how come that hasn't happened?
I'm done with it.
Whatever. Dean's done.
Bye, have a good day.
Thanks, Nona.
We can't get this window open.
I got you.
I'm gonna have to act now. It's only a matter of time before you're so nothing.
It went from 0 to 100.
I saw Officer Cusack hanging from the driver's side door.
That really just happened.
Body cam tonight on Discovery Channel.
为什么这个龙游是如此的神秘？这些洞穴到底是为谁而建？也许这不过是巨人的客厅而已。我可不可以发现龙王的牙刷？让我这些纷乱的话语、传说、谜底附在着墙壁，一口气就跨越了5000年。走在所有这些中国的神秘，让巨大的脚印沿着中华文明的脉络，让你们从世界各地赶来，请上座。
There was gold here. Just gotta find it. It's beautiful. So what's at stake here? You know, if he doesn't make it this year, his gold mining career is probably done.
There's a lot of people that are dependent on this. There's a lot of pressure on us, Freddie.
We pushed ourselves maybe a bit too hard this time. Holy cow!
They need all the gold they can get.
You know, at the end of the day, the scale doesn't lie.
Gold Rush Mine Rescue with Freddie and Juan, Mondays on Discovery Channel.
On top of everything else, Parker has taken on the foreman role.
I know the operation better than anybody, so it makes sense for me to do it.
His crew is mining the cluster cut. Mechanic Mitch Blaschke keeps the heavy equipment running.
Get it all serviced up and ready to go back to work.
Loader operator Bree Harrison is sluicing gold-rich pay through Big Red and clearing the worthless processed rock and dirt. Excavator operator Brennan Ruo loads the pay dirt for Bree to run through the plant. But the stand-in foreman hasn't shown up yet to give them their instructions for the day.
Well, Dean left us at the worst possible time here. His season's already started off quite slowly, and now we're 2 weeks behind here. Parker said he's going to be here first thing this morning, and we still have no sign of him.
I'm running around with my head cut off, and I'm struggling, and if he can't be down here all the time to keep things going, It's gonna make it a lot worse. Now that Parker's down here as the foreman, he's gonna have to be here at the beginning and end of each shift so that he can give the game plans of day and night. He's gonna have to oversee stripping and sluicing, make the game plans in advance for the next plant move. He's gonna have to be on top of fueling everything. That has to happen twice a day. Like, it's a lot to take on. Oh, and the whole plant's down.
Well, our generator's quit. I'm gonna try resetting the computer.
Who the hell is Parker?
I don't know.
He's a damn foreman. He's supposed to be doing all. Luckily, Tyson hasn't left yet, because I wouldn't have known to do this.
Let's get sluicing. Well, here's Mitch.
Hey man, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
Just kind of trying to get things figured out down here.
Are they not figured out?
Not really. I mean, everybody's, kind of doing different things right now, and we're not getting anything accomplished.
I'll get down there.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Mitch.
Yep.
So how are things going? Breathe.
How do they look? Like, the fine tailings are just about in the chute. I'm running around with my head cut off. I can't get caught up on the coarse tailings. Like, who's supposed to be doing all?
So I'll start tackling some of it. Breeze seems pretty stressed out. I mean, the plant is it's a lot of wash plants to wrangle, and with one person, and she just needs help. So I'll hop in the fuel truck and at least help start getting things fueled and make sure that she can stay running.
Instead of tackling his to-do list as foreman, Parker decides to spot check whether Brennan's left any gold in the areas of the cut he's just excavated.
I'm really curious about this ground. Something that in years past I've always meant to do more of is do a lot more panning in the floor behind the guys that are pulling hay, because leaving any gold in the cut is a big no-no.
Is that Parker down there? What is he doing? There's better things to do.
One of our nicknames for him is Squirrel, because, man, like, he sees something, he's over here, then he's over there, and kind of jumps around a lot. This isn't an area where you can bounce from one side to the other. You got to focus on what you're doing. Be in the moment down here. You can't be spread too thin or have your head not in the game.
Why is everybody stopped?
Having a lunch break.
Oh. That's a little embarrassing.
You're a real comedian, eh? Yeah.
I'm always bad with sense of time. Like, I obviously know they have a lunch break, but I didn't know it was lunchtime.
Parker wants to come down here and be the foreman. He's got to remember that we're taking a lunch break. He's going to have to remember these little details before he gets all antsy and tries giving a... Being a foreman ain't very easy. Especially when you're a boss and going to be a foreman. We'd have to put a few other things aside for now just to make sure that his operations are running as smooth as he would like to see it.
What the? The whole plant's down. Damn it. They don't have time. Damn it.
Oh. What happened, Bree?
The water!
Think.
Without water from the pump, Big Red's pre-wash is jammed full of pater.
What happened? The pump blow up?
So the pre-wash boiling over and I shut everything off?
Well, there's your problem. No fuel. Going dry.
Seriously? Parker said he would fuel it.
What's the issue, Mitch?
No fuel. I mean, we got to figure out, like...
Yeah, I know. I told Bree I'd help fuel, and I started panning, and I get distracted by everything. So it's totally on me. I'm going to shovel.
Every hour Big Red is down is another $2,000 worth of gold Parker may never get out of his ground. He abandons his panning to help get the wash plant back in action.
Rookie move. Let me shovel in peace.
Fuel delivery, whether you need it or not. Oh, wait. Yeah, you do.
It's a simple job that could have saved a lot of time.
I haven't dealt with, like, maintaining an operation for a long time, so I just, you know, there's no excuse for it at the end of the day. Like, people get fired for this kind of stuff. We're ready for water.
There we go. We sent water up for the way.
I feel like just sluicing myself.
Pump's running again. Time to fire it back up.
Man, there's a lot of little stuff that gets taken care of or needs to get taken care of.
When it doesn't, how many hours do we lose for something so simple?
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder.
It's been a disastrous start to the season. Need all 3 kits up and running for their own claims. Mike is the only one losing right now.
Tony Beat's mining empire is in trouble. He is unable to mine at his sites on the Indian River, where he's banked millions in gold. Now, he's looking to his 3 kids to save the season.
Well, Mike, how's it going? Pretty good. Well, they're there faster than we can almost bring it to her.
But a month in, Mike is the only one of Tony's 3 kids mining gold.
Better get some gold out of the ground. I mean, no pressure, but it'd be nice to see some of that yellow stuff in the box. Like I said, Dad, I'll do my best. It has been fairly consistent. And if we could run consistent 24 hours a day, it'd be one thing. But you're going to have the odd hot spot, you're going to have the odd cold spot. So in a couple of weeks, we could run out of pipe. We're going to have to get all 3 kits to pull together. So I'm off to see Monica now, see what kind of mining plans he dreamed up.
Tony is meeting Monica by Hunter Creek, a piece of virgin ground 12 miles east of Dawson City, and just a mile from Mike's Paradise Hill claim.
Well, what do you want to do, Funky?
Last time I checked, we still had our water license here. You've been thinking about this spot for 30 years. Why don't I come here?
The center has been mined out by the dredges. I mean, no use going where the dredge has been because everything is gone.
You said this was the last piece of virgin ground.
Yeah, the pieces that they left behind could be still very good.
Why did the dredge skip a chunk?
So I know. You need to see what's down there.
Okay.
Drill it, see what we've got.
Yeah.
That'd be your project, so I suggest you get rid of it.
In 1898, at the peak of the Klondike Gold Rush, pioneering prospectors first found gold on Hunker Creek. Up to 1966, dredges mined the prime pay dirt, pulling out today's equivalent of over $1 million worth of gold every day. The dredges mined the center of the creek, but couldn't access the high benches on either side. If Monica's identified one of the spots the dredges missed, she's heading for a monster payday.
I haven't used this in use, actually. I don't even know when the last time what we used was.
To find out if the ground's already been mined, Tony brings in fellow Dutchman Len Hoekstra to operate his 30-year-old drill rig.
I never used one of those drills. It's the first time, but we will figure it out.
Okay, let's go.
Bought in the 90s.
Stand back.
This B40L mobile drill will deliver 7,000 foot-pounds of torque at 20 RPM.
Okay, Monica.
If we start over by the tree line, then at least we know where we're starting.
Yep.
Ew!
You got a mouse.
I didn't even eat it. Dog likes it over there. Maybe we'll drill over there.
We got lucky, so maybe we got lucky doing that. Knock it up. There. That's it. Raise it.
The plan is to drill test holes across the 8-acre site to see if the previous miners left anything behind.
I've got a lot of August here. I can go to the middle of the earth if I want.
Drink it up.
Get it!
Wait.
What the?
What was that?
I have no idea.
Switch it up, Tony.
Shut up.
Ah!
Every time.
Embark on an exploration of food cultures in Taiwan. From night market street food to Michelin-starred culinary masterpieces. Bringing real Taiwanese flavors to the world.
We have to find really top premium Taiwanese ingredient, which is already there.
Food Masters, Taste of Taiwan. Premieres 7th December on Discovery Channel.
We can't get this window open.
I got you.
I'm gonna have to act now.
It's only a matter of time before you're going under.
It went from 0 to 100.
I saw Officer Cusack hanging from the Darkest Hardwood.
That really just happened.
Body Cam, tonight on Discovery Channel.
Look for a big, scary asylum. This may be our most terrifying case ever.
There, right there. There's a woman.
Expedition X, Wednesdays on Discovery Channel.
Good morning, Professor Wang. This is a pretty incredible time to be a young person in China.
Opening up and reform set this whole process forward.
Only company create competitors to Silicon Valley. China has done more than any other nation. Why China can do this? No other country can.
It's not easy to understand such a rich, complicated civilization.
What the?
What was that?
I have no idea. Shut up.
Ah!
The Beats family is having a terrible start to their season, with only one site up and running. Monica and Tony are drilling test holes at Hunker Creek.
Go. Well, Michael B. Copy. Wait!
The drill they need to test new ground has failed.
Fill up. Land B. Copy.
Behind you.
Oh, there it is. Let's fly it up.
Alright, that looks good, Len. Drive that forward 10 feet. Put another hole down.
Monica drills down 15 feet through the surface mud to discover if there's any fine gold in the sample beneath.
On the horse.
or if the dredge already mined it out.
Let's go.
Good job.
We've drilled all the holes. We're gonna bring our samples up, run them through our mini trommel. Hopefully it's good.
Hopefully they find some good holes. That would kind of make my day, all right?
Aren't you just the cutest?
Yeah, I know.
Holy. This is a joke.
Rick Mess has left his crew in Duncan Creek, and with his dad, Rick Sr., is trekking 4 miles away in the foothills of Mount Hinton on the hunt for monster gold nuggets.
That's slippery, that rock, so watch out. Wait! Damn it!
Should I put my boots on?
They flew over a cabin that could have belonged to old-time gold miners. If they're right, it should point them to the nugget-rich ground.
Look, right here. That's it, man. This is the spot.
Yeehaw.
There she is.
Holy. This thing is old. Stuff looks like post-World War II.
All stove and everything, man.
Forskerone, product of Norway.
Norway?
Norwegian spam. So we have Norwegian heritage as well as Swedish heritage, my man. That's pretty cool. I think the origin of this thing is for hunting. Kind of looks like it, just because of some of the artifacts we're finding.
If this is just a hunting cabin, it won't help their quest for nuggets.
Holy, there's an old gold pan in here.
No kidding. Wow. I'll be damned. That's cool.
So they were here for gold. Can you imagine being the first people to come in this place, finding gold on the surface? The fact that there's gold pans and that's that old in here, I say they're doing some mining up here. I mean, it's right on a creek. They did a little diversion in the creek. It's an old mining cabin.
Up this high, the early miners only had picks and shovels. Rick's modern equipment will allow him to recover the gold they left behind.
Hey, someone spent enough time here, found enough gold to justify building the cabin. Probably a pretty good spot to start. I'd say we get a machine in here and just dig some holes. Find out what's under the surface. Yeah. Well, let's go get an excavator. Let's do it. Tell you what, that's the last time I'll walk in there.
Where are we putting this thing? It's right here, son.
Tony Beets is facing his worst season in 4 years. Monica steps in with a plan that could save the family empire.
Have to figure out whether or not this place is good enough. A lot of pressure.
She's dug test holes across 8 acres on Hunker Creek. Now, with the help of friend and gold miner Ruby, she needs to process them to see if the dredge has left her any good pay to mine.
This is so adorable. Handy, right? And this is actually an old propane tank. Oh, really? That's funny. You want to turn it on and see if she spins? Oh, we're turning! Pretty cute, eh? All right, first sail. Just like with any plant, you gotta make sure you don't overfeed it. This is our season right here.
The trommel separates out the rocks, while the gold and fine material settle in the mini sluice.
Can you hit the switch? We just ran the stuff from our first drill hole. We're gonna wash the mat out, clean all that up, and run our next hole. Round 2, let's do this. Okay, on to the next. We've run all our pails through. This is the last one. That's been fine. Hey, Tony, do you copy? We finished all of our pails. You want to come and pan them all?
I'll be right there. So you're all done?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want me to pan it out for you?
Yes, please.
Perfect, let's do that.
Tony's been panning for 35 years. He'll reveal if Monica's ground has been mined out or is still full of Hunker Creek gold.
Well, let's see what's in it. Let's see if you guys didn't throw all the gold away. How's that? So far, I don't see how totally zip. It really doesn't look that good. So we're not going to mind this one.
Yeah, it's the next one.
You know what? If all the test holes are like that, we're not going to mind. There's not a speck of gold in. There's not a speck of gold in.
Monica and Tony Beats are testing samples of dirt collected at different places in a new mining location.
So that's hole number 3?
Yeah.
Halfway through the test, there's been no sight of gold.
Don't feel this now, Luciano. Look. Oh my. Holy. Beautiful.
Have a look at it. That looks promising.
No, that's good.
I think we should rip that place up and get rid of it.
Yeah.
That's good, Monica.
Awesome.
Perfect.
The Beats are finally on their way to opening a second claim and saving their season.
Some of the pans were good enough that we're going to mine there. Which means I don't have to find somewhere new, and I'm pumped.
I cannot be doing this the rest of the summer. We gotta figure something out.
Parker Schnabel caused a plant shutdown that cost him $4,000 in lost gold when he took over as stand-in foreman.
Being, stuck in the trenches and the day-to-day stuff doesn't really bother me, and I obviously screwed it up. And apparently I'm not very good at it.
Parker seeks advice on how to deal with the lack of a foreman from gold expert Chris Duman.
Hi, Chris.
Hey there, youngster. What's going on this week, huh?
God, Chris, I ran the plant pump out of fuel.
That's not good.
No, you've done that.
Once.
Yeah, it only happens once.
You see, you do it once and they never live it down, right?
I have to live in a different world of keeping this business afloat. So much money's gone out and hardly anything's come in, right?
Sounds like we have a bit of a pickle here. Have you gone through the people we have here? Anybody that you think could step up and take that position?
Mitch is a phenomenal both people person and big picture guy.
Prime mechanic, I guess, huh?
Chief Mechanic Mitch Blaschke has been Parker's go-to fixer since 2014.
So go ahead and bring it up.
There's nothing Mitch can't repair.
That's it. It's all back together. Ready to go haul some hay. Nice work, man.
And on the dirt side, Brennan's killer.
Brennan Rua, a former logger, had never worked at a gold mine when he joined Parker's crew in 2015.
Can't wait to see the little yellow flakes on the sluice box.
He's become Parker's best operator.
I just hit some hay. Look at the rock size. Woo! Yeah.
Brennan and Mitch, they just make such a killer team. I hate to pull them away from anything they're doing right now.
You have to do this with some thought, huh? Well, I'm sure you'll work it out, youngster.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah. The boy has a full load, that's for sure.
At Duncan Creek, Rick Ness's crew is mining pay dirt to catch valuable fine gold.
E, can you do me a favor and print on the plan?
in the hope that soon they'll have washed enough material for their second gold wedge.
Now we're Susan.
But high above, on Mount Hinton, Rick and his father are after a bigger prize.
We gotta do some testing, make sure there's gold there, and then just go get it.
In their search for huge gold nuggets, they're bringing in an excavator to test the ground.
What do you see up there? A good spot to dig?
Hell yeah, it looks good. I think we'll have a dry spot here, like just right out in front of me here, eh?
Cool, let's clear the spot and got a nice creek here to pan in. We need to find a spot where there's gold close to the surface. At this point, just coming up here, I don't know where anything's at. I'm hoping to find a spot where there's not much mud, just gravel up top, and it's got gold in it.
If we end up finding some pretty good gold here in this little test hole, that could be huge for Rick. I can't say it enough. I want to see my son succeed.
The worst thing that can happen is we spend up all day up here digging holes, and all we find is mud. Wait. See that? Like that's pieces of bedrock.
Oh yeah?
It's all flat. Yep. That's shale. I like that. Want to go down another 3 feet or something? You can try it. Go deep! That's for sure glacial till.
Glacial till is the material brought down the mountain by the glacier. If Rick is digging in the right place, it could contain nuggets of gold.
I'm gonna go straight to the creek. It's not happening. Oh, whoa, 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 what is that? Whoa. That's more like it.
What the hell?
That's incredible. I've never been able to pick a piece out of a pan. I'm gonna have to have a picture of that. That's first.
If we lucked out with that, there's gotta be more here. This is gold country. Yeah. Crazy.
I'm gonna need to get a geologist in here, do some drilling, just find out exactly what I'm dealing with before I commit to coming up here, because if I do it wrong, it could be an expensive mistake. And I'm not looking to make those this year, so just come up with a solid plan and do it right.
Morning, Professor Wang. This is a pretty incredible time to be a young person in China.
Opening up a new forum set this whole process forward.
Only company create competitors to Silicon Valley. China has done more than any other nation. Why China can do this, no other country can.
It's not easy to understand such a rich, complicated civilization.
We're for a big, scary asylum.
This may be our most terrifying case ever.
Right there.
What? What's that?
Is there anybody here with us?
What? What the? Stop. What is that? What is that?
Is that a person?
Expedition X, Wednesdays on Discovery Channel.
To have that dream and keep it going, then we need to find the gold.
Unearthed from Discovery's legendary smash hit,
That's what we're here for.
comes the new series that asks a question worth more than gold.
How can we help? It's a game changer for us. It's happy days again. The great thing about doing what we do, this is their dream. We've been able to keep that alive.
Thank you so much.
Aussie Gold Hunters, Mine SOS, premieres 4th December on Discovery Channel.
We can't get this window open.
I got you. I'm gonna have to act now.
Get in,
it's only a matter of time before you're going under.
It went from 0 to 100.
I saw Officer Cusack hanging from the driver's side door.
That really just happened. Body cam. Tonight on Discovery Channel.
There was gold here. Just gotta find it. It's beautiful.
So what's at stake here?
You know, if he doesn't make it this year, his gold mining career is probably done.
There's a lot of people that are dependent on this. There's a lot of pressure on us, Freddie.
We pushed ourselves maybe a bit too hard this time.
Holy cow!
They need all the gold they can get.
You know, at the end of the day, the scale doesn't lie.
Gold Rush Mine Rescue with Freddie and Juan. Mondays on Discovery Channel.
This changes everything.
If either partner tap out of the challenge,
Both will be eliminated.
You gotta watch your back for not just the animals, but for the other survivalists.
I didn't come here to get a participation award.
I'm here to win.
Nobody's ever been eliminated. I don't trust anybody. Naked and Afraid. Last one standing. Tuesdays on Discovery Channel.
Hey guys,
What? Buenos dias, Monica.
what are you bringing us, Mike?
Oh, it's my own home-cooked meal.
Week 5 of the mining season, and it's the first gold wave from Mike Beat's Paradise operation after 100 hours of sluicing.
Pretty nice, huh?
Nice and clean.
I'm glad somebody's getting some gold for us.
Someone around here has to.
With only Mike sluicing and his claims' consistency yet to be proven, the other kids are still under pressure to produce.
I guess you're gonna start sluicing one of these days too, Rod. What did the drill holes look like?
Pretty happy with drill holes that we did.
Good job, Monica. I'm glad you picked it. So how about you, Kevin? You pick your spot yet?
No, I'm still looking.
Well, hurry up. Get with the program with you.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how much is there. So can we weigh this stuff?
Let's do this.
10, 25, 30, 60, 100, 120, 190, 210, 246.08.
Worth almost $350,000.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty good little payday.
I'm in the lead.
Oh,
What's our total this year then?
so far it's 344.48. So it's pretty good.
Worth over $480,000.
Keep it up, guys.
It's really nice for Mike seeing that much gold on the table. It's awesome. I'm pretty excited to start my own cut now that I know where it's going. So, see what we get next week.
What a week, eh?
That was pretty rough, buddy.
Parker and his crew are about to weigh gold from the week's operation in the cluster cut.
Let's see how much we got here.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 185.15.
That's not a matter, huh?
Worth over $250,000.
For the week. Not bad at all. Right. And money-wise, this is royalty-free. This is ours, period.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
You know, I look at my job normally when we've got a foreman as worrying about personnel, equipment, and the future of the company. Like, that needs to be what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
And
there's so many little things that have to be taken care of that you'll like fueling a pump.
Parker is about to make the biggest decision of his season so far.
we've got to stay smart and we've got to stay on top of things. And that's where I think you guys have nailed it with what the focus is. You know, you guys understand. When Dean left, you guys are already doing the job. of filling in that gap that got left. And so what I'd really like to do is for you guys to share the role to you guys.
So basically what you're just asking is to have some co-formers then?
Yeah, I guess the big question is if you guys are game for that and willing to take the job.
We have to make sure that we're not spreading ourselves too thin, that we can't get anything accomplished.
No, for sure. And I trust you guys, and I trust your judgments. Like, I love you guys. I know I can't do it without you. So if you have to hear it yes or no,
I don't want to be cutting the kill zone.
Yeah, it seems like being a foreman around here has been like death row sentence. Yeah, and neither of us want that. So I won't take any offense if you go, hey, we need you to go back to doing what you were doing before. We got somebody else in here now.
I agree with Mitch. Same thing. If you're not happy, then I'd like to know because things are going great right now. Yeah. I'll definitely step up.
Let's just making it official here. Yeah. You guys saying that is what makes you the right people. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. You know, I really am. Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Cheers. A good season.
And to me being out of the cut.
Now there's something to celebrate.
Street Outlaws has the biggest names in racing and the fastest drivers in the sport.
But the Outlaws aren't the only ones looking to tear up the track every weekend.
You killed it. Across the U.S., local drivers spend their days working 9 to 5.
Their nights building their cars,
and their weekends trying to take home the win.
All my neighbors probably hate living next to a guy with a race car.
For these hometown heroes, racing is their motivation and their salvation.
We'll probably end up holding up a couple pizzas and working pretty late at night.
And this show is all about them.
Gonna get you some.
I'm a real local.
I always like winning.
Every week, we travel around the country to find local drivers.
We're a big fan. We're absolutely.
Who will battle it out for a chance to race an outlaw
and take home up to $10,000.
We're gonna find out which street outlaw he goes up against. This is it. Locals only. History in the making.
Don't get out here talking to me. Straight to me. He referred to me like a snake because I'd come up behind and just strike at any moment.
I get what you're doing, man. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully I get some gas money so we can make it home.
This is Locals Only. This week, the action is at Houston Raceway Park in Baytown, Texas. It's a multi-purpose motorsports venue built in 1988. It has a 3-story tower at the starting line with 23 VIP suites.
Thank you, Texas! We appreciate you! We miss y'all!
We assembled 8 of the baddest drag racers here in Houston. They claim to be the fastest in the area, and this is their opportunity to prove it.
The winner will get a chance to race Small Tire King Boosted GT for another $5,000.
All right, Texas.
First round call out to anybody? Yeah, I got one. We got some very, very unfinished business right here. Tyler Lowman, drive Mean Green. I don't think he can get there at all. If you don't be the best, you got to beat the best. Let's get it on.
Does everybody really want to see me send this man home first round?
What kind of money? 500? All right, if you do it first round, we'll do 500.
All right, first call out. First down the track for $500.
Any other first round call outs? That one's pretty heavy. It's hard to follow that one.
Oh, I want to call out Flacco. Only if I get to 60. I'm the only true street car out here. You have the fastest LS in America, correct?
I'll give you the back tire.
I'll take back tire. Let's go.
Back tire, let's go. Lock it up.
That's my boy.
In the first round chip draw, they get to negotiate, just like they're going to do up against a big tire outlaw. And as long as both parties agree to the negotiations, we're good by it. All right, be number 3, step forward. You guys want to put any money on it?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Boys, you know who you are?
Man, here we go. That's what I didn't want.
All right, this is the race that you wanted, was it?
No, not really. Every time we're done racing, this man gives me dinner. So if I whip his ass right now, I don't know if I'm gonna eat tonight.
That sounds Texas friendly to me. You want to put a little extra skin in case you win.
100? Come on, man. 250.
250. I'll lock it up, boys.
The cars are dialed in. The first round matchups are set. And it's time to get racing.
Texas, excitement right here for small tire, locals only. Yeah!
You the driver?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's your name?
Tyler. My name is Tyler Lohman, and I am from Houston, Texas. The 80 model Camaro, big block Chevrolet, 2 nitrous outlet kits, power glide, nothing real fancy.
I've been racing since I was 16 years old. Everything I do, I've worked for myself. All the cars I build myself. I don't have any sponsors. I don't have anybody backing me or helping me. It's all me, and everything I've done 100% on my own.
The thing I love most about racing is the adrenaline rush and the challenge. It's a lot of fun to me. I like doing street racing and no prep racing. And this thing has literally been a race car since 1980. The cage and everything's all the same from the 80s.
Wow.
It is old. Been re-front half recently.
You did?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's new.
Yeah, from right here forward is new.
Okay.
Be interested to see how that little bitty tire works out here.
Oh, what tire do you normally run?
29.5 Hoosier.
Okay.
It's a 28-inch radial.
Yeah, I see that.
Right.
So it's going to work really well for us or not work at all.
We see a race car. We also see that you're on a budget.
Right?
You know?
Definitely on a budget. We're just out here having fun, win or lose.
Okay.
Right.
Hopefully we can do some winning, though, and get some more money. So going into round 1, Clint decided he wanted to call us out. I really didn't want to take it at first, but the more I thought about it, the more I just really realized it was just an easy pass to second round, so I figured why not? And I could use the test pass with that anyway, so why not make a little extra money while doing it?
Who drives this car?
I do right now.
You do? Is there an alternate driver in this crowd?
Not really.
No?
I don't think they can handle the horsepower. My name is Clinton LeBlanc. My hometown is Dayton, Texas. This is called a Z24 92-year model Cavalier. It was originally a front-wheel drive car. We converted it to a rear-wheel drive car. Underneath the hood is a 380 cubic inch small block LSX.
I've been doing this for 20-something years. Been racing in Baytown, Texas since I was a kid, 16 years old.
The reason I'm going to beat these other racers, they have so much money and power in their car, they don't know how to tune for a real no prep. The no prep is the true limiter. Anybody wants something, gonna get something.
What does this opportunity mean to you, man?
Man, I love it. I want to beat the best. Even though we're on a budget, all these guys around here know that when this car is up next to them, their feelings could really get hurt real fast.
Now, there's a little back and forth between you and Tyler.
Yeah.
Is there? Is that bad?
We were at an H-Town Hitters, which is a small tire race, not too long ago, and it was him and I in the semifinals. .001 he come around. Okay? Blah, 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 blah. So we've had some Facebook issues back and forth. You imagine somebody who talks so much crap on Facebook and the internet, you would want to put the house on it. Titles for the car. Something real.
So here you are. Here he is.
I just want to let him know who's faster.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. It doesn't need to be friendly.
Wow, man.
It doesn't need to be
exciting.
I mean, I'm ready.
We've got a rivalry race.
I'd kind of like to see Clinton do well, just because we kind of got that rivalry. Nothing against Tyler. I just kind of like a little drama.
Yeah.
You know, and Clinton's bringing it.
So he's your guy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see some small tire burnout.
Right lane, your local cowboy, Mr. Clinton. He's doing the calling out around here. He kind of put Tyler in a rough position. He's got to wiggle his way out of it. Whoever takes the W moves on and is a little bit closer to that $5,000.
We're going to go out there and we're going to flex this car's muscles. I know he's scared. He talks poo-poos on the internet, and guess what? We're going to make him run us.
The green Camaro a cross to me. What does Texas think?
Alright, so he crossed. I believe I still got the W.
No, sir. They said I touched the line.
No, you was all in my lane, man, when I lifted.
Man, you can't tell me that affected that race. I'm just going for my crew guys.
Yeah, you want to do it again, dude?
It drove hard right once I left. I drove it as far as I could and eventually had to lift. Drove back to the left, and I never saw him. I got the wind light. I thought I won. So I heard they called me a cross.
Yeah. Yep.
I have no problem if I cross. I really and truly don't feel that I crossed.
Right. And so we usually leave it to the referees of this event, and that's the tower, and the tower called it a cross.
Right. Okay. I'm a bit upset and irritated that we were taken out this way, being that I feel like we have the rest of the field covered. I felt we could